I'm Mr. Beat. I'm here in Malaysia. I'm further away from home than I've ever been my entire life. But to be honest, it doesn't feel that much different than home here. Or should I say, I'm Mr. Matt. That's what everyone here is calling me.
First time you tried a durian?
First time.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah, this is when I tried durian for the first time. Durian is a controversial fruit that many love to eat here in Malaysia, but also is quite disgusting to some. So disgusting that local hotels have banned it from being eaten on the premises.
Your wife is in the video.
She doesn't want to do it.
Okay, no. Nice. Sweet. Sweet. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
More specifically, I'm in Kuala Lumpur, one of the most dynamic and cosmopolitan cities in the world. It's also one of the biggest. More than 9 million people live here in KL, as the locals call it. It is no doubt a major hub in not just Malaysia, but all of Southeast Asia. To be perfectly honest with you, I was scared to come here. Maybe that's because I had friends and family members tell me that I was going to get kidnapped. But seriously, I think the main reason why I was scared is because Malaysia is about as far away from where I've lived my entire life as I could possibly go. It's literally on the other side of the world. We went that way, which was 9,334 miles. But even if we went the other way, it'd be 9,366 miles. It felt like we would never get there. It's 13 hours in the future here. One of our flights here was 13 hours. When we go back home, we will be traveling back in time, making it literally our longest day ever on planet Earth. Oh, and when I say we, I mean Mrs. Beat, my beautiful wife, and me. Mrs. Beat came along to make sure I didn't get kidnapped, I guess. The purpose of the trip was to film a video with the folks at Nomad Capitalist, a company and YouTube channel that helps people become global citizens. The dude who started the company, Andrew Henderson, is about as global citizen as one can get. He is from the United States, but he has more allegiance to the world than one nation or country. What drives him and Nomad Capitalist is helping people find the best places to live in order to get their best bang for their buck. Go where you're treated best is their slogan. As a global citizen, Kuala Lumpur is just one of Henderson's multiple homes. In some ways, I think Kuala Lumpur is a good example of what the world will look like in the future. It's pluralistic, meaning there's multiple ethnic, religious, and cultural groups here. Everything here is a blend. Not only that, you can get a sample of the best of everything. There are so many cultures in one place. You know how they call the place where you poop and pee different things depending on the country? Well, here in Malaysia, it's all of the above. We saw those places labeled washrooms, restrooms, bathrooms, and toilets. According to one estimate, within a few years, nearly half of all residents of Malaysia over the age of 15 will have not been born in the country or have at least one foreign-born parent. Immigrants are very welcome here. Well, I should stress that immigrants with money are very welcome here. I've had amazing Indonesian food here, amazing Indian food, amazing Chinese food, yes, and Malay food, even amazing American food. There's an Irish restaurant we passed. Here I am in Starbucks, eating a donut with American cheese on it. It was surprisingly good. Malaysia, in many ways, represents a crossroads where East meets West. It was, after all, a British colony until the 1960s. Nearly everybody we have encountered here speaks at least some English. Mrs. Beat said she had Google Translate out way more when we were in Miami a few months ago than we did here in Kuala Lumpur, despite the fact that Malaysia is still a very socially conservative country where many women wear hijabs and dress modestly in public. I have seen public displays of affection by same-sex couples, partially due to how we Americans dress, but also due to consumerism habits. I have weirdly felt like I have more in common and more solidarity with Chinese folks than Malays or Indians here. Like, I felt like it's been easier to speak with somebody of Chinese descent, which might surprise most Americans watching this video. What's happening in Kuala Lumpur, though, is just a great example of the effects of globalization, or the process of people from all around the world regularly interacting with each other. That said, there are some things that I've noticed that are distinct to this country. First of all, there are always people cleaning. Everywhere you go, mopping, hosing stuff down. Second, law enforcement is everywhere. Like, I always felt I was being watched. Even department stores had police officers just hanging out in there everywhere. Malaysian culture is also, I'd say, uniquely modest. Every Malay person I have encountered here is extremely polite, not flashy and attention-seeking, not about themselves, quiet, humble. This might explain the excellent customer service we have been getting here. Then again, maybe we're getting this excellent customer service because we're American, and they know the American dollar currently is pretty valuable in this country. Still, I can't get over the fact that despite us literally being on the other side of the planet, we are still quite connected to home. We've been able to video chat with our daughters every day. We've been able to check in on our pets in our living room every day, for goodness sake. We've been able to keep up with news from back home far too easily. Heck, the locals have kept up with American news just as much as us. I have never had any trouble speaking with a local. You probably wouldn't be surprised to hear that YouTube is really big in this country. The first day we were here, people were going crazy at this mall near our hotel. We had no idea what was going on at the time, but later learned they were going crazy due to the American YouTuber ishowspeed being there. When I posted about this on social media, I had Malaysians reach out telling me they were viewers of my channel. Holy crap, Malaysians watch my channel? This is just really trippy stuff. In conclusion, a month ago, if you told me I was going to Malaysia, I would have told you that you were quite mistaken. I never expected to go to this country. If not for the opportunity by Nomad Capitalist, we undoubtedly would not have gone. But we did, and we have really enjoyed our stay here. It's not an understatement to say it's been a life-changing experience. If you ever get the opportunity to travel to a faraway land,
Do it! Just do it!
yes, just do it. You won't regret it, and you'll learn so freaking much.
What's up? How you doing?
Yeah.
I'll give it a second try.
Oh, you're gonna do it again.
Cheers.
Spit it out.
No,